How are you? Excited? Well, that's a relief. Well, I guess you know why you're here, so I'll keep it fairly brief. My name's Pete Perfides. I'm here to introduce a band who have legions of fans all over the world, and I really do mean all over the world. They pack out stadiums on every continent. They've been a little bit quiet lately. They've kept a low profile ever since those two triumphant O2 shows, 4 years ago now, I think. They've enjoyed a staggering 12 million sales ever since the release of Hopes and Fears, their debut album, which was 8 years ago. How time flies. And they have a wonderful new album. I thought I'd bring this out because it's very nice. Do you remember these? These are what we had before CDs. It's very nice. I know, no expense spared, eh? And I've been very privileged to listen to this record several times and really got to know it. And it really is a band who, at the peak of their powers, understanding just how uniquely gifted they are at doing what they do. Songs that, when you get to know them, when you go and see them, when they go on tour later on this year, you'll enjoy seeing them in a crowd so much. It seems like they were purpose-built for this. Without any further ado, they're just over there. Shall we say hello to Keane? Tom, Tim, Richard, and Jesse. How's it going, guys?
Not too bad. I've had a little stomach issue for the last few days. But I won't go on about that. Nobody needs to hear about that, do they?
It's touch and go then, isn't it?
Let's hope not, for the sake of this.
No pressure. There are people from all over the world tuning in to watch you right now. You got anything to say to them?
I think I'd be more worried about the people in the front row in case something comes back up from dinner.
Moving swiftly on. Just in case anyone's wandered into the room accidentally and haven't got a clue who you are. Jesse, how are you?
All right.
Is this your first high-profile engagement as a proper member of Keane?
I thought you meant engagement in a marital sense, because I was engaged to Paris Hilton for a couple of years. And then we broke up, but it's another story.
Do you want to discuss this in private? Well, Jesse's a new boy. How do you feel you're fitting in so far?
Well. Why have I got the mic?
We should be the ones who are answering that question. Tim, how's Jesse fitting in?
Brilliantly. We love him, in spite of his faults. No, he's fantastic. He's a much better musician than the rest of us, unfortunately.
Are we allowed to swear on this?
Yes. Right. Oh God, it's all going pear-shaped. So, Jesse notwithstanding, let's remind ourselves. How long is it since you have been together in a band now?
Too long. No, how long is it? I mean, it's impossible to describe because I don't remember first meeting Tim or Richard. In fact, I probably don't even remember first meeting Jesse. But it would have been when I was about 0 and Tim was about 3. So not long after that, the music began because I was wailing. And Tim was obsessed with writing songs from about the age of 3, I should imagine.
Can you remember the first song that Tim wrote?
I can. I wrote a song called "Refrain from Breaking My Heart Again." These tears that fall like rain.
Who is it about?
These tears that fall like rain are here. Don't shatter my hopes again. Yeah.
It was the template. The template was there already.
Tim, who broke your heart?
I was just,
You're not friends.
copying Buddy Holly or something. It's just sort of.
I like Tom's first song. How did that one go?
Oh yes, it went, I am so cool, I am so cool, I am so cool, I am so cool. And then my mum in the background said, shut up, Tom.
Nothing much has changed, really, has it?
No, it's just these guys instead of my mum now.
There's usually a song, it's sort of in the life of every band, that sort of raises the stakes a bit, isn't there? And sort of makes you realise that maybe it's not such an insane idea that you might be able to do this for a living. Can you remember what that song was for you?
I'd say probably This Is the Last Time, which the first time we played it was the last show we ever did with our guitarist, Dominic. So I remember looking at him, we were playing a song called This Is the Last Time, knowing that it was the last time he was going to play with us at the Bull and Gate, I think, in Kentish Town. It was really weird. Yeah, just over there, apparently. Because that song really was a step forward, I think, in songwriting.
And when would this have been? Just remind us.
2000, maybe? 2001, maybe?
I think early 2001. And Bed Shaped was around a similar time, wasn't it? Yeah.
There was I don't think a lot of people know this, but there was a certain amount of hardship, wasn't there? This sort of... You lived together for a while, didn't you? And you sort of... Wasn't this story about how, Tim, you sort of volunteered to undergo medical experiments in order to finance the band?
Yeah, that's how I ended up like this. It was... I used to... I only did it a couple of times, actually, but it was one of those things where you have to go and... they give you all these pills and then see... You have to answer all these questions and they don't react, when you answer the questions. They sort of just go, and you've no idea if you're talking gibberish or, they've seen some sign that that your brain is permanently damaged by whatever they've just given you. And unfortunately, my mum is a neurologist, so when I told her, she was not happy at all. She went absolutely mental and started telling me all of these terrible things that were going to happen to me, over the next few years. So I felt pretty good after that.
You're going to be delusional. You're going to join a band. You're going to think you can rule the world and tour it and be a rock star. All these crazy
Maybe
lies.
It's helped with your songwriting. Maybe it's kind of triggered some kind of...
Maybe it was some kind of songwriting medicine.
Yeah. If only there was such a thing.
The side effects were too strong, though.
It sounds like, leading up to this album, it sounds like you've taken some kind of crazy songwriting medicine, because hadn't you written about 100 songs in the lead up to it?
Well, yes. I've got you to thank for this, Pete, because I told you, and I've been asked in pretty much every interview we've done over the, in the last month or so, whether it's true that I wrote 100 songs, and I thought I'll count them. So when we were on the plane the other day, I counted them, and it was 82. So I'm guilty of slight exaggeration. But that's only the ones I did demos.
You're hardly a slouch, really. 82, that's, I can think you can give yourself some latitude.
Lazy.
Yeah, a lazy liar. Still.
Terrible. And there's a kind of a parallel universe, isn't there, in which somewhere out there in a parallel universe, you are Coldplay's keyboard player, aren't you?
Well, yeah. I mean, there was a moment when Chris did ask about that, but we were sitting in a pub somewhere on Tottenham Court Road or somewhere, and but it's funny how they. I mean, I would have been up for it, to be quite honest. I was ready to ditch these guys.
He's never said that before. And he's done it in front of a lot of witnesses, just in case.
Yeah, but I guess they just changed their mind. But I keep asking him, even now. But he's obsessed with doing it himself.
Well, one day, you see, it's like, like sort of New Kids on the Block and the Backstreet Boys are doing a tour together around the world. And they're calling themselves like New Kids on the Backstreet or something like that. So in years to come, there could be a kind of similar arrangement.
Isn't that just a terrifying thought.
We'll put that on ice for the meantime. So incredibly strong album, and it sounds like you really took your time sort of getting it right. Is that the case?
I don't think it sounds like we took our time. I mean, 4 years is proof that we took far too long. No, I think we wanted to prepare. The thing about us as a band is we seem to be quite reactionary. So what we do with one album, we then want to do the opposite with the next one. And with Perfect Symmetry, we made everything in this kind of world of sort of exuberance and excitement, experimentation. And we then had this record that we were so excited about. And as soon as Spiraling was mastered and ready to go, before the record was even finished, we thought, let's put that out, get that out there. We hadn't even made a video for it. You know, things were kind of a bit undercooked in some respects. So with this album, we thought, instead of taking a year, we'll take 4. And,
which is fine for you, because you can kind of kick back and relax, because you're not writing the song. So what do you three do while he's sort of slaving away over a hot keyboard?
You sit there and make sure he gets on with it.
yeah.
Prod him.
They send me postcards from like Hawaii and stuff. There's like Richard in a little boat with a garland around his neck playing the ukulele and stuff, and
They just say, sucker.
So, once you finish a song, do you kind of send it to the others to sort of canvass their views as to whether or not it's a banker?
yeah, exactly. Which is quite, it's quite nice with the, being able to just email a demo, and but it does. You don't have that sort of instant reaction thing. So I always have this thing where I send it off. I'll be really excited about a song. I'll send it off to these guys, and then they'll just be. It's like the internet has shut down or something. There'll just be this deathly silence for, the hours, and then the days turn into to weeks, and it's like I just can't get hold of them, and then I know that they didn't like it.
And what do you sort of say? So, about my song, what didn't you like about it?
Well, yeah, it's I think after all this time we're quite good at sort of. They're very diplomatic and gentle with me, so I know that I'm easily wounded.
Let's be honest, it seldom happens. It's just that we're enjoying listening to it, and we can't be bothered to send you an email back saying that we really like it. As a general rule, that tends to be my problem anyway. Maybe I'm just speaking for myself as the lazy bastard in the band.
What did I think in the process of writing any album, there's usually a song or maybe 2 songs that almost signposts what the rest of the album is going to be like, or that kind of sort of tells you, okay, now we're on our way. What were on this particular record? What were those songs?
Well, I felt it was Sovereign Light Cafe, especially. It was actually the first song I wrote, and for this album. It was, I think, just having this idea of looking at where we'd come from and trying to work out where on earth we'd got to on this sort of journey through life. But and then I have to admit, after that there was a bit of a lull where I couldn't write anything good for ages. But then I found that there were songs like In Your Own Time and Watch How You Go, and actually quite a lot of the songs, Silence by the Night, they all started to have this much more hopeful feeling to them, and a sense of trying to sort of keep going and get through the darkness. And I felt that theme seemed to really just tie the whole thing together and make sense of what we were trying to say.
You sort of sound like you're trying to cheer yourself up on a lot of the songs.
I think that's true. I think a lot of the songs are at a sort of basic level are really just messages to myself.
Fair enough. If it ain't broke,
Buy milk.
we'll look forward to that B-side. There's got to be a B-side called Buy Milk. That'd be fantastic.
Hang on, there was one called Punk It. What's that? What was that about? It was just a sample of someone going, punk it.